Hi everybody, welcome back to our ongoing Palisades Muppet Marathon, where we unpack nearly every major figure released by the defunct toy company Palisades from the years 2002 to 2006. In our last installment, we unboxed the Electric Mayhem figures. This time we're focusing all on outer space. We've got the Miss Piggy figure from the Swine playset. We've got Captain Link Hogthrob, Julius StrangePork, the Muppets from Space edition of Rizzo the Rat, as well as Kuzma Kermit with his variant. Our first figure is going to be Captain Link Hogthrob. This guy comes with the Swine model, the ray gun, and the Starhog magazine, which proudly features Link's face on the cover there. Without further ado, let's get him opened up. This guy looks honestly really cool, and I can't wait to see what it looks like next to Miss Piggy. It's a cool pamphlet featuring some of the other Muppet items that were coming out during this time, including the animal there, which I have. He was in the last video. And the Music, Mayhem, and More CD, which is one of the best CDs ever produced by the Muppets. Here's the Swine model. Probably one of my new favorite accessories from this line. There is the Starhog magazine, and here is the ray gun. This is looking to be one of the coolest figures that I've opened up thus far, simply for the cloth cape. And there he is, Link Hogthrob, with his really cool cloth cape here. He's got a little bolt here to keep the cloth cape down on his arms so it doesn't come loose at any point. Don't have to. Wow, this is actually really neat. It's like a multi-layered piece of material. And of course he's got that nice texture on his face, that kind of foam flocked texture. He's got some great dry brushing on his gloves and on his boots. And he's got that nice kind of purple sparkly uniform. He's got a swivel up here at the neck. He's got a ball jointed shoulder and kind of one of those elbow joints here, as well as, I think he's got a, looks like no swivel, potentially a swivel here at the base of his glove, but I'm not going to force that right now because there's really no point. And he's got a swivel here at the waist, kind of sticky just because of the paint and the fact that he's been in the box for a number of years now. It's got a back and forth joint here at the upper leg and another one of those elbow joints here at the knee. Cool. I love it. Now, if we want to get technical about it, his cape needs to be underneath his shoulder pads. The cape needs to go underneath the shoulder pads, which I just did by just shifting this little rubber band around and in front. I guess you can take this little band here on the end and attach it to his hands. Not sure what the point of that is, but hey, it looks kind of cool. Our next figure is Dr. Julius StrangePork. He comes with the Mama Robot from the, let's see, which episode was that? That was the Dudley Moore episode. He also comes with the Dissolvatron, another ray gun of sorts, and two little prods. This guy came in kind of a crushed box, which is just fine. These figures were purchased with the intent to be opened, and as long as the figures themselves are not damaged, then everything is fine and dandy. Of course, he comes in the same series as Link Hogthrob, Series 4, and has the exact same packaging on the back. Alright, there he is. Dr. Julius StrangePork. And he seems alright. Fresh out of the box, he seems okay. Just gonna test his joints quick. His head feels kind of loose, which frightens me. It seems his knee doesn't want to move back, so I'm not going to mess with it. And he's also got a little bit of a paint misapplication right here on his cheek, which is unfortunate, but yeah, I can already tell just right out of the package that he was probably if he feels at least like the cheapest figure out of the three. That's cool. He's definitely not a major player within the Muppet canon. Really, the only time he shows up is for these sketches on the Muppet Show, and that's just about it. His face sculpt is very nice. I will give them that. The paint on him is also very nice. He's got that glittery purple costume. The joints at his elbows, at least, are fully functional. And his head does turn a little bit. And there we go. This worries me. He's got the swivel at the waist. And like I said, he's got that knee joint here, upper leg joint as well. But the knee joint here is not cooperating. Doesn't want to go back, and I feel like it's just going to break if I force it. So, not only is he the cheapest figure out of all these three, but he does not come with a base. And he does not even have, you know, big gargantuan feet like Rolf or Sweetums. He's got these little ones. So he can stand up by himself, as you can clearly see, but a base is, you know, kind of, at this point it feels standard. And the fact that they didn't include that feels lackluster. So that's the first official figure in this whole line out of these now 3 videos that I've done that I've been officially disappointed with. However, it kind of not entirely makes up for the fact, but the fact that it comes with the Mama Robot does help. So anyways, that's it. Moving on. Okay, next up is a personal favorite of mine. This is Rizzo from Muppets from Space. And I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to open this guy. I've had him for about 2 to 3 weeks now. And I've just been waiting to get the camera out and to record the unboxing of this guy because he's just so cool. I love the way he looks in the box with all of his accessories. He comes with the table, the springed glove item here from Muppets from Space, the poison and cheese plates, a drink with an umbrella in it, a slice of cheese, his baseball cap, a slice of pizza to go inside of a big pizza box full of messy pizza, and a headset, which is going to be vital in this set that I'm building. He's Series 4, just like Link and StrangePork, and so his box does not differ at all, but he does look really, really cool in his packaging. I can already tell he's going to be a new favorite of mine, so let's get him opened up and take a closer look. So he's only got 2 twisty ties, thankfully, and the only other tie present is around the pizza box. So 3 total, 3 twisty ties total. Now, unfortunately, Rizzo does not have a base. He does not come with a base, which he doesn't really need. He can stand up by himself, but it's always nice to have a base just so you can ensure they're not going to fall over with a bump at the table or anything. He does have the little holes in the bottom of his soles for a peg, if you already have a base and you want to insert one in there. His articulation, just hit that quick. Got some articulation up here at the legs, the thighs there. Ball jointed shoulder. He's got a swivel at the wrist. Swivel at the neck. And his paint looks so good. He looks just like the actual character. It's unbelievable. I love his little whiskers here. All right, there's Rizzo up close for you. You can see how well his paint has been applied. I love the red and the tan on his sleeves and his little blue cuffs. And you can even see the detail of the stitching in his cuffs. That is just incredible. And along the seams of his jacket and up on the collar, where the stripes have been applied very meticulously, very nicely. You can see the nice fur detailing in his entire body and his little fingers. Anyone who owns this figure or any of the Rizzo figures from Palisades know that Rizzo is one of the only characters to not have a magnetized hat. You can kind of wedge it in between his ears, but it's very loose up there and just kind of sits precariously. It's got that nice print on his jacket. The tail does not rotate, and it does not bend or anything. It would have been cool if the tail had some wire in it or something to bend it, but it doesn't. Now, this is actually made of a soft rubber, so you don't really have to worry about that snapping all that much. I'm going to show you like just like this. And of course, the detailing on this is very, very nice. Detailing on the glove itself is great. One of the coolest accessories in this entire Palisades line is this pizza box. It comes with this little piece of soft rubber pizza that goes inside of this pizza box full of this soft rubbery pizza. Closed just like that. It's got the dents on the side. So there he is. There is Rizzo. In my opinion, one of the coolest figures in this entire series and this entire run of Muppet figures from Palisades. And this is the Coosbane Kermit Target exclusive. This was I believe the first and only Target exclusive. The second was to be the Gonzo and Bernice in his tuxedo with a tire and vinyl record. That deal with Target ended up falling through, and they ended up releasing Gonzo with Bernice at Wizard World East later on. But we did get Kermit with this lovely Target exclusive sticker on it, which is just beautiful. And the nice thing about this is that they actually released two versions of this figure. The main difference being that the Coosbanians and their base all glow in the dark in this version. They're all white. It's basically just white plastic, which you'd think wouldn't look very good, but I love the way this looks. With the blue and Kermit's green color and everything, and it's the whole package design. It looks really good with these white figures for some reason. I'm going to open these up. I'm going to leave these in the box just because there's no reason to have duplicates of these things floating around. One thing I would have loved to see with this version of Kermit as an accessory is the Coosbanian Spooble, which, if you remember, is the little alien in a jar, the liquid alien in a jar that Kermit interviews, I think in season 4, perhaps? Would have been perfect right here in the package, a little Coosbanian Spooble in a jar. All right, there he is. Let's see. These twisty ties off. Okay, here they are. You know, it's funny, I actually just remembered that I saw these Coosbanian puppets in person at the Museum of Moving Image in New York. This is just terrific. I love this version of Kermit. This is probably my new favorite Kermit figure. As you can see, Kermit's got the little hand to hold the microphone and a pointing finger, I'm guessing to point at the Coosbanians. These Coosbanian figures are probably the highlight of the whole set, though, because these are such classic kind of just Muppet Show Muppets. Like, when I think of the Muppet Show and I think of hilarious Muppet Show sketches, these are the guys that I think of. And the fact that Palisades made these is just awesome. And they didn't just make one, they'd make two, they made three, and a base for them. I love that. I love that. And this base has got so much detail. The figures themselves only have moving arms, and the baby here is just a little piece of solid plastic. But I love their detail. I love their paint. And of course, they look exactly like they do in the show. And the base is just terrific. And here's Coosbane Kermit. As you can see, the coat itself is kind of like a soft rubbery material. And Kermit, his head, I believe this is just a recycled Kermit head from the Series 1 figure. I love the paint on his trench coat. It'd be so easy just to slap a single solid brown color on there and call it good, but no. They incorporated at least 3 different shades of brown into this coat, with the buttons, the base tan coat, and then the slightly darker dry brushing paint. Not to mention the belt buckle, which is painted in this kind of gold color. The striped tie, which has some really beautiful paint. Be really easy to overspray with that, but they did a pretty good job. The white shirt, and got another buckle there. It's painted gold. It's got the brown khakis on, or the gray khakis. Also nice. This version of Kermit's got the ball jointed shoulders, that nice smooth joint at the elbow, rotating wrist, rotating head on a swivel. I think he's got I think he might have a swivel at the waist, but it's hard to tell underneath the trench coat. And then swivel ankles. Just like that. This is definitely my new favorite Kermit figure. Here's a quick look at the other version of Kermit, the variant. This is the glow-in-the-dark version. It's got the all-white glow-in-the-dark Coosbanians in the base. Kermit is painted in different colors. He's got the blue jeans. He's got a different colored tie and shirt. Here we go. There's a Coosbane Kermit. Now, last but certainly not least is the Miss Piggy Pigs in Space Swine Trek playset exclusive. Now, this figure can only be purchased in the playset unless you're willing to wait and see if a loose figure comes up, which is exactly what I did. If you're getting any figures loose, period, you really want to check the pictures out and make sure that they're in good condition. You don't want to get one that's got scuffs on it, especially Miss Piggy. You don't want to get one that has scuffs on the face or smeared paint, because that will just, for me at least, that would just ruin the enjoyment. Now, if you're familiar with these figures and you remember the Miss Piggy they had in Series 1, you'll know that she did not have this glamorous, beautiful texture on her skin. This is the standard for all these Palisade figures. Kermit's got it, Link's got it, Zoot's got it, Sweetums has it, all the figures have it. And Miss Piggy was the only one that did not have it until Series 4 came around and they had her in the playset in this wonderful outfit, and they finally gave her that really nice flocked texture. The paint is just spectacular. This is also the first time we've seen Miss Piggy with an accurate hair color. This is the definitive Palisades Miss Piggy figure. No questions asked. I'm really actually quite surprised they didn't produce more figures of Miss Piggy. She's got so many outfits, and I'm just kind of baffled that I think they only released 3 different versions of her. It would have been nice to get at least 2 more variations of Miss Piggy in different costumes. Her articulation includes a swivel at the head, ball jointed shoulder, nice joint at the elbow, swivel wrist, up here at the cuff of her glove, a leg that goes back and forth, swivel waist, knee joint, and rotating boot, or I guess calf. There she is. Well, folks, that just about wraps this video up. We opened up some great figures today. I love Rizzo and his accessories. I love Kuzma and Kermit. I love Link Hogthrob. Of course, Miss Piggy has never looked better. StrangePork had a few minor issues, but in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of easy to look past. The Mom Robot accessory was just terrific. I love that. All in all, just a big thumbs up for me. I love these figures. I love this company. I love the service they did for the Jim Henson Company here and representing these characters and his legacy. They just did such a good job. Make sure to stay tuned for a 4th installment. I'm probably going to make at least 2 more videos based on these figures, and then I'll top it all off with a big showcase of the Muppet Show set that I'm building, where I'll incorporate just about all of these. Yeah, stay tuned for that, and take care. Bye.